In this Patreon-requested album review, I was asked to look at Alice in Chains' second EP, 1994's Jar of Flies. Normally I don't cover EPs as album reviews, but when it comes to Jar of Flies, I gladly make an exception, due to not only my love for the band, but the fact that this EP was the first ever extended play to hit number 1 on the Billboard Top 200 albums. That fact alone speaks to the credit of Jar of Flies. There could be many books written about all the controversy and unfortunate health circumstances surrounding Lane Staley during these years and how it affected the band, but somehow amidst all that, great music was still being made. Songs from Alice in Chains were still reaching number 1 on the charts, albums were still selling, and big tours were still being planned, even if many of them never came to fruition. While many people know of the Big Four of thrash, I think there really should be a Big Four of grunge as well, consisting of Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, and Alice in Chains. These 4 bands shaped an entire decade of music and truly defined a generation in the 90s filled with plaid and ripped jeans and treating Seattle as a new mecca of music. What I always loved about Alice in Chains is their ability to get ferocious and brooding almost instantly, and sometimes even in the same song. Jerry Cantrell's writing paired with Lane Staley's voice and occasional writing created these tranquil and iconic anthems for a generation across several albums and EPs while still not feeling like they were copying from another band in the same time frame. It's hard to talk about Jar of Flies without talking about its achievements and what sets it apart. The fact that this 7-track EP had 3 radio singles that all charted is something that is rarely, if ever, achieved. In a very dark and tumultuous time for the band, the music was still able to come and it delivered through a spectacle. No Excuses charted on 4 different Billboard charts and falls into the lighter and more upbeat style of Jar of Flies. This song also highlights the main credit of the album that is featured from beginning to end, and that is the guitar work. Staley and Cantrell talked about how they brought in their acoustic guitars for this EP, and pairing that with some strong electric solos is what makes a song like this so memorable. When I say the lighter and more upbeat style of Jar of Flies, that's because there are 2 very separate styles on the EP. The other half of that coin is the ominous, impending doom that can only be described through 90s grunge by the voice of a man who struggles with many issues in his life. In some songs, it's bordering on the level of grizzled blues singers in a decrepit bar in South Chicago. That level of grit and haze in the lyrics along with Staley's voice and Cantrell's guitar is really what made the band stand out so well. I feel that it's in those darker, slower ballads that Alice in Chains is most memorable. There are songs on other albums like Man in the Box that make a great argument, but with so many low tracks that define the band's talents, it's hard to deny what you hear.
And yet I fight, and yet I fight this battle all alone. No one to cry to, no place to go home.
I love this song. To me, Nutshell is iconic of 90s grunge. I say that in the definition of standing out as a true representation of not only the best, but perfectly describing what the style is all about. The dropped guitar chords and the strumming carry this feeling of a dirge that may turn off music lovers that weren't a part of the grunge days, but to those who grew up with this subgenre, it feels like home. Nutshell, while just over 4 minutes and not having many lyrics, feels extremely personal. Hearing words like this coming from Staley really hit hard when you think about the end years of his life. The lower and more brooding tracks like Nutshell, I feel are the ones that Alice in Chains excel with. There are some songs from Jar of Flies that are still played consistently on rock radio, and I Stay Away may be the most played from it, or at least it's the one that I come across the most. The song feels like a combination of styles, with the string section, the shouting of the track title, and the way the verses feel extended from Staley's singing, on top of which the guitar work is once again superb. While I'm not crazy about the final track Swing on this, or the instrumental track Whale and Wasp, which is impressive but still just doesn't do much for me for some reason, I still feel that Jar of Flies is the perfect time capsule album that people should listen to every now and then and see what music really took control of the better part of a decade. Alice in Chains is one of the bands that has stood the test of time, and with the new iteration going strong thanks to William Duvall, it still feels like the music is just as strong. Jar of Flies, while being very reminiscent of the glorious grunge days, still feels extremely relevant even today. There is a lot of generational music that doesn't carry on to another time, but this band is more than capable of it. Overall, Jar of Flies shows off masterful acoustic guitar work while bringing in other musical elements that all build and support each other. It's the type of music that is filled with passion and catharsis, which is missing in many big-name bands today. There can be raw emotion in rock and not feel forced. Jar of Flies is proof. Hey guys, thank you for watching. This video was a reward for a patron who donated to my Patreon page, and you also can help out. Even just $1 a month helps out greatly. You can check it out on my YouTube card or description link. Please subscribe, it helps out a lot, and you can follow Rocked on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.